Guys, Azure here, and I wanted to make this video as a heads up for the builds because I'm only missing the pieces from the first boss. It's been a pain in the ass. The drop rates are not great on the first boss, and to top everything, they increased the difficulty of the first boss because of the scorpion right now. The scorpion is dying like he lost the mitigation that he had, and he's dying quite easily. Yeah, we kind of it's kind of mandatory to have a wizard now, or some way of sort a person dedicated to stopping the snake and the scorpion now. Not all the healers can contribute. The warlock has the spell right here, which is really great for con control, but it doesn't seem to do much there in the first boss, to be honest. But yeah, I wanted to make this video to do a heads up about the builds, just so you guys don't have to wait. You know the general direction that I would go in a module. So let's get the obvious out of the way. The first thing that would change is the arms. I'm gonna use. It's just a straight upgrade from what we had in the last module from Moon Dancer. We get same thing plus a little bit more from Forte, which translates in a little more regen and a little more offensive stats. Not a big upgrade, but upgrade nonetheless. And the other one is the boots. I don't have the boots here. The boots give the same thing as always, but they do give a little bit of outgoing healing. 2.5, I'm gonna use that. I know it's not gonna be, the regen is not gonna be the same outside of Wild Space, but I don't think regen is an issue. Yeah, I notice that some people are using these boots in conjunction with the helmet from the MTOS. Let me see if I find it here. I don't have it here on the Warlock. I'm probably gonna make a video testing that. And when I get that boot with the Cleric is the only healer that I have this helmet on. This is a pain in the ass to farm this dungeon. It takes a while. And yeah, I noticed people are using the new boots with this one. The effect has a different name. One is Divine Muse, other is Galactic Muse, so they should stack. You're gonna get 40% faster divinity performance, so we've regen. I think it's overkill, guys. I really think barely any situation where I lose all my divinity. Barely any, if any. Maybe when the Master Demon Web is first released, I would lose my regen in the healing check. I don't know. But yeah, it was always, I don't think it's necessary. Most of the healers have some kind of regen mechanism. The Cleric has Divine Glow, which is really strong. The Paladin has that's true, has a Sacred Weapon, has the Vow of Enmity. He has some feats for him to regen more divinity as well. And the Warlock has the Bargains, which gives a chunk of it, but he has a bunch of feats that give him a little more, so I don't think it's necessary. The Bard is the one that lacks the most, in my opinion. The only thing he has is like the emergency performance from one of the feats, and the other thing is like I think it's an encounter power baseline. If I'm not wrong, you have to hold it for a really long time to regen. So maybe the bar is the best one to use it. But other than that, I think it's totally unnecessary and overkill. I would much rather try to put this helmet on. However, we do have an issue here, because if you've been following my builds, we've been using like the Celestial Lightning Flash, and we've been using the critical helmet, which gives 12% critical strike. Now we do have like the Divine Aegis, which gives 9% outgoing healing above the cap. So that's kind of best in slot if you are able to fit it. So by putting the Divine Aegis, I just automatically lost like 10.8 critical chance. So I have to find critical chance someplace else. By changing the helmet, I'm gonna lose another 12. So I have to find critical chance someplace else. The good thing about the module is that it has a outgoing healing sources which are difficult to come by. The helmet gives outgoing healing. The boots gives a little bit more outgoing healing as well. The open ring is apparently it was never broken. It was just not working with the ghost here in the training room. Well, that was a possibility that I said in the video, that you wouldn't count the ghosts as targets, because you need to be healing 3 players or more to get the 7% outgoing healing above the cap. So yeah, so that's another problem. We have more outgoing healing. They have to put the open ring. I'm gonna lose another ring here to try to get above the cap, and we have to find critical chance somewhere. The good thing about this module is that we do have a bunch of outgoing healing from places here. For it has the new ring, they have the new shirt, which I'm not gonna be able to use. This ring right here. If I use this, I'm probably not gonna upgrade it, because it doesn't upgrade the effect. It only upgrade the ratings, and the main rating there is the critical strike. I'm probably gonna try to fit the outgoing here, the open ring. I'm planning doing a video about the open ring, the divine ages, just so you guys can see, have a educated this, so you guys can make an educated decision about using this or not, to put in the build or not. It's always going to increase something, because the item level is not that bad on the open ring. But yeah, if you're not keeping your stats, you might just drop it and use an outgoing healing ring instead. The new shirt is trash, to be fair. It has this stupid effect of reducing the effectiveness of the equip bonus if you're facing multiple enemies, which is unreliable at best. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna stick with this shirt here. It's more reliable. The weapons, it has the same issue. They look cool. They're best in slot for appearance for sure, but the effect again has this stupid drawback of you can only be facing one enemy. Otherwise, you're not gonna get the full benefit. I think it's much more viable to use the Solarium if you need more healing. If you don't, you can use the perfect weapons, maybe to get a little bit more of the stats if you don't have all the companions, or even save consumables. Or if you want to support routine, masterwork, any form of masterwork. I do have the Fey you can use the Doer Guard, you can use the Weaver from the Gizamet, up to you. And that's all I have right here. And for the chest piece, I'm gonna still be using the debuffs, guys. Yeah, I think it's the best way to go. I'm gonna use the debuff chest piece and set along with the Grace with all my classes. Of course, only the Bard and the Warlock can use the chest piece. For the other heals, I'm gonna be using the one from the Demon Epics. Again, I know there's a couple chest pieces which are higher iron level that gives outgoing healing as well, but this gives 2% critical strike for the players on your team as well, and it's really reliable, and you just have to be in a group to get the full benefit of this. So the Paladin and then the Cleric, I'm going to be using the chest piece, and the Bard, I'm going to be using Bard, and the Warlock, I'm going to use the debuff one. I know people don't see debuff as they don't see it the way I see it, because if you're doing the job, if you're doing the dungeon faster, if you're killing the enemies faster, the boss faster, you facing less mechanics, people are not taking that much of damage, you're gonna need less heals to do the content, man. So debuffs actually help you heal as well, if that makes sense. It helps you not to heal. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, guys. I've been doing this dungeon with the Jur Meleth, using really low item level gear to support people, and it's completely fine, guys. I'm gonna be able to do it. Use the debuffs. I think they are really good. The only Situation where I wouldn't use the debuffs is that if I was a starting player and I need to focus on my healing first, and you didn't have the companions. And the good thing about this module is that we have a bunch of outgoing healing stuff, and talking about companions, you might not even need the outgoing healing companions. Just FYI as well, the companion, the Yeti, is really cheap. It's really cheap right now. It gives outgoing healing. Man, you can't get it cheaper than that, guys. If you need an outgoing healing companion, go for it. Go for it. That's another thing, man. If you, I wouldn't be able to do the changes that I do with my builds if I didn't have options. So while you're playing your healer, you're building your account, your character, build up options, okay? Build up options because you never know in which direction the next module is gonna be. It's gonna go. If you're gonna get like outgoing healing gear, if you're gonna get critical strike gear, if you're gonna get critical severity gear, you don't know which direction the module is gonna go. So it's good to have options. I do have a bunch of options. You have the two outgoing healing companions, critical strike, Dritz, critical severity, and critical strike, divine judgment, which is another crit save, which it's a little expensive, of course, but with time you're gonna get there. And last lastly, the other thing that I changed is the new mount, which gives magistrate's patience, which I always mention to you guys. Uh, yeah, I think it's the best support bonus to use. It gives players a little more defensive boost, and it procs from your critical heals. So yeah, try to grab that mount. It's really good. It also has a preferred insignia slot that fits with this bonus. So yeah, it's a really good one. And that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around with the builds next time.